Selectmen meeting on Monday, February 24th, 2020. We just came out of a paperwork review, and I'd like to call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have review and approval of consent items. We have February 10th, 2020 meeting minutes, the town clerk's reconciliation for January, 3 veterans credits, an account payable manifest for February 18th of 2020 for $102,736.83. And we have another for February 25th, 2020 of $172,370.52. We have a payroll manifest from February 20th, 2020 of $62,637.62. And another payroll manifest from February 27th, 2020 of $56,694.36. Are there any requests for additional items or other business?
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that we approve the items of consent.
Second it.
Motion by Mr. Lemire, seconded by Mr. Leary. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Moving on to business. We have Michael Clater, our new full-time police officer appointment. Mr. Brown?
Yes, I'd like to ask Captain Scotty to come address the board, introduce our new officer, along with here we see members of our police department.
Good evening, members of the board, Mr. Brown. So I'd like to introduce to you one Michael Clater. He comes to us from the Kingston, New Hampshire Police Department. He's the third certified officer that this agency's been able to acquire. Michael he grew up in Derry, New Hampshire. He attended Pinkerton Academy. After graduating from Pinkerton, he attended NHTI, graduated with an associate's degree in criminal justice. Shortly thereafter, he joined the Kingston Police Department as a part-time officer. And then shortly thereafter, later on that year, 2018, he was put on full-time and went through the Winter Academy and graduated in June of 2019. He became a full-time certified officer. And he was there full-time until he comes to us. He completed all facets of the background investigation and pre-employment process, to include the PT test, the oral board examination, the chief's interview, and the background, which includes a physical as well as psychological. So he ran the gambit and passed with flying colors. So some of the noteworthy things that came up during his background were how people described Michael, specifically people who worked with him, but also people who I had contact with that are residents of the town. He's honest, hardworking, caring, kind, compassionate. I was pleased to hear that he embraces community-oriented policing. That was nice to hear. He's an exceptional officer, and that he will go very far in this field because he's dedicated to perfecting the profession. So that was very nice to hear. And what was even more telling is that prior to becoming a police officer, he was employed at, I believe it was O'Reilly Auto Parts.
That's correct.
And so his supervisor there actually said that he was probably one of his top employees and he would take him back in a heartbeat. So it doesn't matter what Michael does. When he puts his mind to it, he does great things. All right. Ready? Ready, Freddie? All right. Oh, my bad.
Getting ahead of things.
Sorry.
Michael, why Litchfield? First, hold on. I swear, when I was subbing at Pinkerton, I had you in a class.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yes. Hopefully his memory.
And you're an excellent student, so no problem. Why
Thank
Litchfield, Mike?
When I first heard about Litchfield, it was the incredible opportunities for just the training and the advancement and everything that I heard from the people that have not only just know in the department, but people in the department say that they absolutely love it here, and it's a place that they like, that they just enjoy their time here, and they want to enjoy more time. And even hearing people, even such as the old chief, he left and came right back because he loved it so much. It was just a department that I felt really good about and wanted to be a part of.
Now, how long have you been in police service?
I started part-time just over 2 years ago. I've been full-time just under a year.
What, if I might, what do you find most appealing to you about police work?
I think it's a way to get out there and really help the community. There's so much you can do as a police officer, just to be there for the public, and I think that's something that's awesome about it.
Excellent.
I'd just like to say thanks for wanting to come to Litchfield. We have an absolute top flight police department, and you'll be joining the best. So welcome aboard.
Thanks, sir.
And if you're a Pinkerton grad, I think.
Good school.
Thank you.
Very good school. I'm positive I had you in the class. So.
Apparently made a positive impression.
Well, let's put it this way: he didn't make a negative one, so
That's true.
That's a good thing.
I'll take that.
And they're a whole mess.
I'm sure.
I enjoyed it over there. I enjoyed.
That's a good school. I enjoyed it.
So we'll welcome if we vote to, have to hire you here, which I'm sure we will.
Why would you take him to the edge? Arms are like dripping on the table right now. He's all nervous.
Because I stumbled on my words, okay? So I just want to congratulate you and thank you for bringing your skills and your training here. And hopefully you have a long and rewarding career with our department.
Thanks.
Which is, yes, I echo the thought. We have an outstanding police department, and we're proud of them. And I'm sure we'll be proud of you too.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to offer a last thing. You are joining an incredible police department, and I hope you take every opportunity that you can to build your career, because these guys have a lot to offer for you. So I'm excited for the opportunity for you.
Definitely. Thank you, sir.
Do we have to vote?
Yeah, we need a motion.
Yes. All right, so moved. I'll move that we employ Michael Clater as a
Probationary
police officer,
police officer.
probationary full-time police officer.
And I'll second it.
So a motion by Mr. Lemire, seconded by Mr. Leary. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against, opposed, whatever. Passes 3-0-0.
Welcome.
Now you're good.
Yeah.
All
Now you
right. Ready?
Ready.
All right. All right. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Clater,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties
discharge and perform all the duties
incumbent upon me as a full-time probationary police officer,
incumbent upon me as a full-time probationary police officer,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
and the laws of the state of New Hampshire.
and the laws of the state of New Hampshire.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right. Who did you bring with you today to give you your badge?
I brought my girlfriend, Phyllis Mazzalia.
All right, Phyllis, come on up.
That is so much easier than trying to pin.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard, buddy.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
That's a good way to start a meeting.
All right.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Okay.
I assume those are your proud parents with you, Michael?
They are, yes.
Nice.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, this is my dad, Tim, and my mom, Leslie.
Very nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Welcome, and
We just want to know, who does he look more like, him or me?
Oh, no.
I looked, sorry.
Good giveaway.
They think I do until his father walks in the room and then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And you got my height, so,
Thanks, gentlemen.
Bye. Thank you.
You're good, brother.
He's a tall kid. He's a big kid.
Next, we have, I'll let them clear the room.
Hi.
Next, we have Ron Stevens, Planning Board Member Appointment, term to expire 3/31/2022. Mr. Brown.
Yeah, so Ron was serving as an alternate member on the board, and recently one of the members stepped down, so the chairman reached out, asked the board to appoint Mr. Stevens a full-time member.
Any questions at all? You'd like to make a motion?
Is he here?
No,
He's already
not.
been interviewed.
He's been
an
here.
Oh, he's been here
alternate.
before?
Mr. Chairman, I move to appoint Ron Stevens as a regular member of the planning board with a term to expire on March 31st, 2022.
So there's a motion by Mr. Lemire,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Leary. Boy, you guys are batting 1,000. Oh, that's right. There's only two. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0-0. All right. Next, we have acceptance of unanticipated funds for Jeff Lane in the total of $4,675 to the Litchfield Baseball Association. Troy?
So the Litchfield Baseball Association, I believe this is proceeds from the recent comedy.
Yes,
night
Comedy Night in
held,
November.
and have donated proceeds of that function. Was a fundraiser for the Jeff Lane project. Have donated $4,675 towards the project. With your acceptance, it will go into the revolving fund and will continue to go towards finishing the construction of the project.
Great.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept $4,675 from the Litchfield Baseball Association and be used for the construction of the Jeff Lane ball fields.
Motion by Mr. Leary. Mr. Lemire, seconded by Mr. Leary.
We're batting 1,000.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0-0. All right, next. We have the March 10th, 2020 Board of Selectmen election coverage. So do we wanna-
just need to have, we can reach out to me after this meeting, but just kind of getting a sense of what type of coverage you're going to have. Chairman Weber has informed me that he'd be available all day. So he's committed himself to the entire day. And
I can do opening till a little afternoon again. Okay, then I've got to, because I'll still be compromised on my time at that point.
What do you want? I could probably adjust my day to fill in any gaps that might need it. either morning
I'm
or
up for reelection. Am I supposed to be?
No, he can't.
Oh,
yeah, that's
I
right.
can't,
You can't
yeah.
be there.
So it's between Kevin and
And
you.
myself? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin's got nothing better to do, so he can be around. But I'll go in the morning too, I guess, just to make sure we've got 3 when we open.
Okay.
We can go from there.
All right.
Okay.
Very good. I'd like to open the meeting for public comment. Seeing no one in the audience, we're closing public comment. And now we have the administrator report.
Yeah, just one thing. Michelle, myself, Superintendent Jetty, Dr. Jetty, we're working on the voter guide. So I was off today, but I know Michelle was working on wrapping that up, and she was working with different printing companies, getting quotes. So as of right now, that project is complete and will be sent off to the printers. We expect that the first, joint voter guide will be sent out by direct mail to each U.S. postal customer in Litchfield. So I will just give you a little heads up where by combining them, just due to cost and postage, we had to really consolidate, from what we've done in the past when we were just inserted in the newspaper. So it's going to look our voter guide will look a little different than in the past. We'll have we couldn't do a sample ballot. So we just did like what the school has done in the past, where we typed up, a list of the candidates, the positions. We have the warrant article, and then just a quick, brief description of what the article's about. Obviously, not trying to sway. It's strictly informational,
Mhm.
and it's very much summarized to stay within the 2 pages that we were trying to accomplish. So it's the first one. We'll see what kind of feedback we get, whether it's positive, negative. But it was a joint effort, and it went, as far as the cooperation between the school and town, very, very smoothly. So,
Were we able to save money, or was it pretty much the same?
I think right now it looks like it's probably going to come in at about the same amount of money that we've paid in the past.
Mhm.
So because of the added postage.
Yeah.
But we'll see when it's all done. I'll give a report on it. So
All right, Selectmen reports. I was not at the last Recreation Commission meeting. I believe we have one tomorrow night. So I'll let you know what's going on next meeting. Mr. Lemire?
I have nothing.
Mr. Leary?
Budget process is done. I did, however, sit in for Chairman Weber at the Litchfield Veterans on Saturday morning, and they gave us a logo, which the board has had a chance to see. I don't know if you guys can zoom in on something. No, probably not, to show the people at home, but all the members of the board seemed to like it. Troy, I don't know if you saw it or not. And they just were looking for our approval that we accept it or we like it, and so that they can go forward. Chairman Weber said he liked it. I haven't heard back from Mr. Lynch yet.
I liked it. Yeah, looks good.
So,
yeah, I still haven't. I know we talked about this at our last meeting. I haven't received. I haven't actually followed up to get input from legal counsel on any
It would be
concerns.
handy just to make sure.
Well, yeah, and then I could bring
On the
it,
town seal.
and then I could bring it back for a vote to the board, because I do think it's something that should be on the agenda and we should formally vote on.
Oh, I agree, because it's a town seal. We have to do that.
Yeah, well, we have our policy, and
Yeah.
um,
But it's a very nice.
but I saw it today when you sent around the email. I think it's fantastic, and hopefully there's no legal concerns.
Right.
and they're open to anyone who lives in Litchfield who's a veteran. They have a meeting on March 21st in the community center. Everyone's welcome if you're a former veteran or still serving, for that matter.
Community center being the fire department, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Just to clarify. All right.
Thank you.
We did not have any items removed from consent.
Hmm.
We don't have any other business. So next we have the Pat Jewett. Sorry.
No.
Did I? Oh.
No.
He made it funny.
Oh, okay. Next we have the Pat Jewett Award, which is March 2nd, 2020 at 7 p.m. here at Town Hall. And our next regular meeting will be March 23rd, 2020 at 6:30.
We have the election on March. So you have Pat Jewett Appreciation Award. That's next Monday night. Then you have Election Day on March 10th.
Right.
And then we'll have our meeting will be on the regular third Monday of the month. So
All right.
Very good.
so Brent, you'll have one more
Well,
meeting with us officially with the Pat Jewett, but
That's right.
really that night.
I'm hoping I'll be all set. I'm at Leahy that day with all follow-up appointments. I'm hoping to be home in time for that. So, yeah, because that's my last meeting. This is my last formal meeting. So,
Well,
yep.
Well, I want to thank you for all the assistance you've given me and guidance, and you've done a lot one-on-one with me, just really mentoring me, and I've really appreciated it. You've connected me with some good connections and peers, so I didn't know when I got hired for the town of Litchfield. I really didn't know, I didn't know you,
Right.
and we've had a good relationship, and I personally want to thank you for that. And it's
Thank
meant
you,
a lot.
Troy.
It's meant
You
a lot
didn't-
to me. It's really helped me a lot professionally. So
Thank you. You didn't need much mentoring, pal. You've done a great job for this town. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate being able to serve the community for 42 years, and it's time to relax a little and time to go on. But I so appreciate the camaraderie and the collegial atmosphere that this board has had, and I'll never forget it. It's been a learning experience for me, and it's been a wonderful professional experience. And I thank everyone. So
I've known Mr. Lemire for some 40 years now, and when I decided to run, I knew I had somebody good that I could count on to get advice from and just to get a learning curve here, make it a little easier on me being a newbie. And I want to thank you for being there every time I ever called you with a question and the occasional cocktail. You've been a good friend. You've been a good friend.
thank you, Mac. Thank you.
And you were a great chair for me for the first 2 years I was here. I really didn't know you until I became a selectman. We got a lot done, I think, and
We did.
you were very instrumental in getting quite a few things positively done in this town. And thank you very much for
Thank you,
Doing
Mr.
that.
Chair. I appreciate it.
We're not going to cry.
Nor am I.
I'm not crying, you're crying. No.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Lemire,
I will second.
seconded by Mr. Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Don't forget about the
Nice motion.
Patricia Jewett March 2nd award night and voting on March 10th. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks.